Alright, we're gonna start.
Do it.
Alright, everybody, it's the Arty 84 show live here in Revere, Massachusetts. Episode 23 on this fine August 1st of 2017, the year of the Lord. We are live here in the Packy headquarters of, as always, the Adam the Mallet over there.
Hello, hello.
We have Ronald Doubleback sitting to the left of me, who probably piping once in a while before he goes to bed. We have the First Lady, Suze, occupied by the dogs right now, but I'm sure you'll hear a few segments from her throughout the night. I'd like to start off, if you like this podcast and you listen to us on iTunes, please hit the subscribe button, and please give us 5 stars. And you can literally put anything you want as a comment. You can say, it's cold outside, or you can say, I like ice cream. It just helps us for statistics. The way iTunes works is very odd and it's very crazy, but if you do like what you're listening to, we do appreciate it, and if you just give us 5 stars and just write whatever, we'd highly appreciate that.
Beg. I know, is it begging or is it calling? Yeah,
and
political.
If you're watching us, and additionally, if you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe to the YouTube videos as well, because that also helps us get spread around, so you don't have to tell your grandmother in a nursing home that you like the Arty 84 show. She'll know automatically, because that's how the internet works.
That would give her a heart attack, though, I think.
I think there's a lot of grandmothers out here like the Arty 84 show.
Especially if you're getting spread around.
A lot of shit spreads around nursing homes.
I'm sure Omar enjoys the Arty 84 show, and although she didn't once listen to an episode, and she was appalled that her grandson would be speaking about such subjects as I was, and she tuned out immediately. So, there you go.
She kicked that from here.
So maybe we're not for the 65 plus range. Maybe we're more for the 18 to 29-ish. Has anything happened in last week? I had my birthday 2 weeks ago, so we didn't have that. Suze turns 41 in 3 weeks. Joey just jumped on Social Security. Well, Ronald, I should say.
I'm on disability.
Adam's on disability for being too sexy on a Tuesday. And today happens to be Tuesday.
Yeah, on the prowl.
Yes.
Wow, what's happened apparently?
I guess it's a busier week than we originally thought. Am I recording? Alright, I just want to make sure. Sometimes I forget to hit record. And all this goodness just gets lost, you know? If you want to call it goodness, they call it some parody at once. But it is what it is.
The goodness.
Yes. So anyways, what do you want to start about? What do you want to talk about? You want to talk about Price being a bitch? Do you want to talk about how shitty 98.5 the Sports Hub is? Do you want to talk about...
I think we talked about sports. We got Doubleback here.
Doubleback. I like how Doubleback says he never wants to go on TV or never wants to go on the podcast. But you'll listen to him and he'll be like, a feet of distance.
So,
here is like 2 cents,
right?
but it's like, but people like want to know more. People would like to stay tuned to the Ronald Doubleback extravaganza.
You just can't resist.
But I guess they, I don't know. You just keep them coming back for more.
That's all about.
You're like a really nice girl that you met in prom.
So I feel like we should talk about the trade deadline at first.
Okay, so the trade deadline happened yesterday at 4 o'clock.
Yes.
Red Sox tanks.
I was gonna say, are you happy with the Red Sox, or are you
Extremely disappointed.
disappointed? Are you disappointed? Why? What do you think they should have got? What do you think they could have got, but you didn't get?
I think they had a shot at J.D. Martinez. He went early.
Mm-hmm.
They should have outbid for Todd Frazier.
Think so?
They, in my opinion, desperately should have tried to get Yu Darvish or Sonny Gray.
See, I don't think they needed Sonny Gray.
I don't think
they're
the
gonna
farm
overpay
system
for him.
anymore for that.
Yeah.
And I don't think they
You
shouldn't
can
need-
trade like Pomeranz and a top prospect.
Yeah, but isn't that isn't that like
No,
redundant?
Billy Bean would not go for that.
No, but isn't that like redundant trading Pomeranz for Gray? I mean, it's almost like
No,
It's like the whole let's trade this, this, and this, and this. So why would they want him?
it almost seems
You know
like a
what I
wash
mean?
at the end of the day. You're gonna get
Well, Price is back on the DL, so you definitely need another starting pitcher.
luckily for
I wouldn't be surprised if Price is off the team by the end of the year.
But the Red Sox
by
are
the end of the year.
Yeah,
Like, where's he gonna go? They can't cut
they're
him.
gonna trade him.
Who's gonna pick up that contract though? That's the problem.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
You pay part of the contract.
Yeah, I guess so.
In baseball, a lot of the trades, like a lot of the big
the
contracts
Lakers?
to get traded.
Yeah, the Lakers. The Dodgers took
Yeah,
like
the Dodgers,
Gonzalez and Crawford.
Angels do
Beckett.
it all the time. Like,
The problem is the Red Sox should be, but they shouldn't be in this position because they shouldn't need to make a trade, but because they're underachievers, they're an
they
underachieving
overachieved
team.
last year.
Yeah, because
So they're not an underachieving team. They overachieved
No, they-
last year. This is
no,
what the team
no,
should
it's because you had
Wait, you think
Ortiz
they
last year.
overachieved last year?
Ortiz
I think they
held
overachieved.
How
them
so?
together.
They have the same exact team they have this year. If
If
not,
back out Ortiz.
Yeah, Ortiz was the fabric of that team.
yeah, but you
He
know
was the glue
Ortiz,
of
but
the
you
team.
have younger guys who are more experienced this year.
Yeah, but you look at their stats from this year to last year, they overachieved last year. Like Xander Bogaerts is not going to hit 28 home runs again. Jackie Bradley Jr. almost hit 30 home runs.
You don't think that
he's not going to have?
you don't think they have that potential and they're just having a bad season?
No, I think the season you're seeing them have is
They're quitters.
It's realistic?
I don't like them.
what that. Like Mookie Betts is having a phenomenal season. He's the only one on par.
But he always
But
was.
not compared to last season, he's not on par. And I said that
he's
too. I said
pretty,
that
he's
wasn't gonna
pretty
happen.
on par to his last season.
I said this from the beginning. I did not like this team. I do not like this team. I'm rooting
You're
against the
cheap,
Red
actually.
Sox this
I'm not
year.
rooting
Just this
against
year. Just this year I am.
The only thing about
Because
the only thing I like about this team is their outfield. I think they have a great outfield.
I like Chris Sale. I like Craig
Sale.
Kimbrell.
Go ahead.
I like
Kimbrough,
Kimbrell.
yeah.
As
It's
of,
nasty. But other than that, outside of that,
And
everything.
I like their catching too. I just it's a lot of.
Vasquez and Leon.
I like both. I think they're good catches. I
Yeah.
think, but
No
and
problem.
I love their outfield. I think they have the best
As
outfield in
of-
baseball.
The first inning, Chris Sale was getting shelled tonight against the Indians. He had 3 runs in the first inning.
I honestly can't stand. I can't stand David Price. David Price is he's a distraction in the clubhouse now. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, I am sick of the whole stupid act.
Well, I'm gonna have to say I contradicted. I went against you a little on
I know you
an
did.
article.
I know you
but,
did.
but it wasn't against you. It was against theory. I guess you could say. Like,
Yeah, because I wasn't complaining that like they should. Because honestly, the media obviously I know does go about it, but I was looking at it as is.
True.
Like Price is being a little bitch.
Which I agree.
Yeah.
I think I agree on you in that aspect. That yes, he is being a bitch. What pisses me off though isn't the fact that Price is being a bitch. Is that the sports media. Like, this is all they can harp about because there's nothing else to talk about for the next 3 weeks until the Patriots start. So it's like, now it's not kind of being like ridiculous. They sound like catty little schoolgirls, just basically wah, 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 wah. And Price is a catty little schoolgirl as well. You know what, as far as I'm concerned, is I stopped listening to sports radio for the last 2 weeks because I can't stand them anymore because that's all they talk about. I don't really give a crap. And I really wish deep down inside the Red Sox actually go on a huge-ass winning spree and take like 20 out of 30 in their end of the season just to shut these freaking people up. And then what are they going to say in September? Stupid 90-85. What are you guys going to talk about for the rest of the year? Nothing, because you won't talk about the Red Sox. You know why? Because if the Red Sox are winning, you guys won't talk about them. You'd be too busy talking about kissing Tom Brady's butt and talking about the Patriots.
True.
Because you only talk about positive about sports that are on your network, but you talk negatively about sports that you can't carry, and you butthurt that EEI has the Red Sox and you guys don't. That's pure and simple. That's basically the point I was making in the article, because
They don't have their games broadcast though.
EI?
Not anymore.
Yes, they do. 97.3.
EI?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, 93.7. I'm sorry.
It's not EI though.
It is. They're FM now.
Okay.
Yes.
Alright, I wasn't sure about that.
Yes, they've been FM for 2 years now.
I think this wouldn't have been as bad if, like, say he went after, if Price bitched to a manager. But here's the thing, because he went after a media member. Now, and then you have all the other media members, I think they're just backing him up. Like, let's say someone gave you shit. I'm your friend.
It's a bunch of nerds in the schoolyard. That's all it is.
No, but it's like, if someone gave you shit,
Yeah.
what am I going to do? I'm going to give them shit for giving you shit because you're part of my team. I consider you my team. You know what I mean?
So what's the problem that the Red Sox are doing that against accuracy?
No, I feel like the media itself is now attacking Price more only because he went after a member of the media.
Oh, absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's mob tactics,
Exactly.
basically.
Yeah. Like,
So-
you go after one of my guys, I'm gonna
And
go
everyone
after
knows the Red Sox beat writers are soft.
Oh, completely.
They are soft human beings.
I agree with you on that.
Nesson Network that we're watching currently right now, the Red Sox just tied the game up, by the way, are soft.
Yep.
Because they're owned by the Red Sox, so they cannot be critical about a team that owns them.
We just lost the camera.
You lost everything.
We just lost everything. I don't think we lost
God.
Facebook Live. Did we?
Is everything still alive?
Does
I
it go
wish-
this
yeah.
way?
Yeah.
I wish we could see Periscope.
Can you?
comments.
I know you're gonna have to look
What
at
is-
look at the screen and see. Make sure me and Adam about it. Look at. We can see the live stream right now. On the computer. Currently right now, it's a little delayed, but it's the carpet. Everything's plugged in correctly, honey. You just gotta aim the screen, so make sure me and Adam are both in it.
You're both in.
Okay. Right there. Pan it a little more towards Adam if you can. Slightly.
It's gonna cut you off.
Right there.
No, it's all-
Oh, no, I guess you're good. Step right there.
So is that bottom on Periscope?
Yes.
Ah, I wish you could see their comments. They always say the best comments.
And can you do us a favor? Can you go around the other side and on the phone that's attached to it, can you just hit low power mode? That's flashing right there.
Oh, we're kind of at a tilt on your camera. On both of
It's
those.
alright. If you hit the low power mode button, there you go. We are in business. Alright, we're back. Sorry, it was a little bump in the road there with little Tommy Brady. If you're watching us on the YouTube video, apparently he thought it was a. He heard Patriots. He got excited. I think that's what happened.
That's it. Yeah, speaking
Right,
of,
little Tommy.
speaking of the Patriots, though.
How do you feel? I want to before you.
Yeah, sorry.
No, do you want to mention him? I think you're gonna mention it.
What?
Nochovic?
Yeah.
Is that what you're gonna talk about?
The new
Tight,
coach.
right?
Yeah.
Nochovic? Yes.
Right?
Ninkovic.
Ninkovic. I was calling him Ninkovic. I can't.
Ninkovic.
He's one of the teams.
Ninkovic.
7 years. I can't pronounce his name. How do you feel? Do you think that's kind of odd? It's kind of weird, huh?
I think it's hilarious because no one's talking about because he was out. Remember the same time Brady was. Remember he was suspended for PED use.
Yes.
But no one's talking about that. And now you see his numbers last year completely gone. Like he was practically invisible last season.
He had a rough season.
Right? And yeah, maybe because about the PEDs, he can't do it.
Like his counting stats weren't high, but he still performed at the same level.
He still performed at decent level.
I mean, yeah, he wasn't. It
Like,
wasn't
what do you
great
go
He
numbers.
had 14 tackles all year.
What do you have the year before that? Like 30? Like he wasn't really a tackle guy.
Yeah.
He was just a run stuffer.
But I think the run game was it me or did the opponents run it better against the Patriots last year than years prior? I feel there was the defensive line had declined slightly.
The line, he's not a lineman.
Well, he's defensive end.
He's a linebacker.
No, he's defensive end.
Ninkovic?
Yeah, that's what he's listed as. He plays sometimes in the nickel out back, but for the most part he's in the line.
Yeah, but,
It all depends on whatever the linebacker or defense play they do. But he lines up in the line sometimes. He goes head to head with receivers. Sometimes he goes in and he puts pressure on the tackles. And
I thought he still had a good year last year.
he didn't have a bad year.
That's a bad year.
No, that's why I'm surprised that he retired because he had a pretty decent year last year.
I'm not, and I think you're going to start seeing that a lot in the NFL.
What, plays at 33?
retiring.
I mean, 33 is old. He was drafted by the Saints in 2006. He played 3 seasons with them. And how did he look with the Patriots? Was that a trade?
Yeah. Or a waiver wire pickup, I think.
Maybe. I can't remember how he ended up on the team. Do you remember?
No, I don't remember.
But,
It was just a waiver pickup.
could
I think you're going to start seeing that a lot. Like, you look at all the San Francisco 49ers players that retired 2 years ago
yeah,
in the early 30s.
true.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's smart.
I think you're going to start seeing, especially the 4-year graduated college educated NFL players.
Yeah.
True. And I would say if my son was a thriving football player in college, I would suggest that he goes and finishes his 4-year degree. Who knows, my daughter at that point, because one might be playing in the NFL in another 25 years, but I would advise you to go finish your career because football is not a guaranteed sport for money.
Yeah, their union's really weak.
The union is the worst union.
I'm surprised.
I would tie my kid's hand, his right hand around behind his back, and make him be a left-handed pitcher.
Yeah.
Because you could make
Great.
$1 billion by the time 20 years from now where you'll be able to pitch in the major league.
Oh, you know what? How about a switch pitcher?
Or a switch,
Maybe that can
how
happen.
about a switch
Come
pitcher
Come
and a
out
switch
lefty.
batter?
The Red Sox
Yes.
used to have when Greg Harris in the late 80s.
Yeah.
He could throw a ball. He only threw one side.
Do you remember that minor league video that came out a few years ago where a
Yes.
guy was going against a switch hitter was
They
going
kept
against a switch
switching it
hitter?
up.
And they had to initiate a rule in baseball that says whatever you come out starting as you're pitching, you have to finish throughout that bat.
Oh, so they can't switch
You
better.
cannot switch. So if you're a pitcher, you cannot switch halfway
No, I think
through.
it's the batter that can't switch.
Is the batter has to initiate
yeah,
it?
so
Okay.
the pitcher was going
But
back.
he was going back and forth against
You
the
can
batter.
switch, yeah.
So if the batter was going right, he was going right. If it was going lefty, lefty. So they had to put a rule in that said because basically for 20 minutes they were both going back and forth.
That's awesome.
So they had to put in some kind of rule. I don't know the rule exactly, but I think you're right. Maybe it was the batter that had it. Whoever the batter initiates his at bat, that has to stick, and the pitcher has to go accordingly to that.
That makes sense.
So therefore, you cannot have these two good goobers going back and forth for 20 minutes.
That'd be awesome.
And,
Imagine if
and then the pitcher had a specially made glove.
You can put
Yes,
it on
I've seen that
both
glove.
It, it had like 6 fingers
The
to
holes
it.
that-
Yeah,
yeah,
so you
different,
could,
yeah.
like the thumb holes were different on it.
Imagine that
Pretty
being
cool.
like right-handed, you have a good fastball change up, and then left-handed, you have a great slider curveball. Oh my god, that'd be insane. And it's a different arm too, so the mileage on the arm per game.
I mean, so essentially you go 200 pitches if you think about it, right?
That'd be awesome.
So we get out of here.
Everybody, I just get if you have kids out there, turn them to switch pitchers.
Yeah.
There you go. That's the new thing.
Absolutely. I mean, I would tell if my kid was coming out of high school and he was going to get drafted, I would say, you know what, go for it, man. Go for baseball.
Yeah.
Football, I would say go 4 years.
Yeah, definitely.
I feel like baseball and
Baseball,
hockey.
you get drafted, you're not going to make the major leagues for like 4 or 5 more years
True.
anyway. You could be going to
And
school and playing.
You can still get drafted and play in school, yeah. The only thing you risk is getting injured, but I get to that point, it doesn't really matter.
That's true.
Basketball, I think, is the only sure thing. If you get drafted out of college, you have a pretty fair chance of making the pros. Depending on who you get drafted by, at least. Because they could stick, like the Celtics, they could stick you in Europe for 4 years. No one even knows who you are.
And then you all make the starting roster next year.
It's true. Yeah, what's going to happen this year? Because the Celtics got rid of, majority of their roster already. So, I mean, they have no bench. The Celtics will not have the same bench as last year. Anything else you want to talk about for sports?
No, that's all. That's all
I
I
think
got.
Tom Brady's going to do this year.
I think he's going to do good, but here's the thing: everyone's talking about. He had an awesome season last year, obviously. But remember, he did miss 3 games.
Missed 4 games.
That's right, 4 games. So I'm sorry. Would he have the stamina to pull off that Super Bowl comeback?
He's catching in the World Series next year.
That's if he actually played those games, because he had extra.
Yeah.
And I was thinking that no one talks about that.
I'm thinking that he will have the stamina to get through the whole season. But I think his numbers are going to be like 2004 to 2006 numbers.
Okay, that's fair.
3,500 yards, 3,600 yards,
Yep.
22 touchdowns, 12 picks. I just don't think he attempts.
You don't think he throws more touchdowns next year?
9 freaking running backs on the team. I think they're just going to be a run-heavy team.
I don't think so. They have
With
5 top receivers on this team. They're going to be a throw-heavy team. In fact, they're going to have to be more throw-heavy because Tom is going to be playing in the pocket out of shotgun.
We lead the NFL in rushing touchdowns average per season over the last 6 years.
But they don't have the running backs they had in the years past. They have Brendan Cooks. This guy is like mini Randy
I
Moss.
actually think they have a better running back core this year than they did last year.
I think so. Who are they?
Deion Lewis.
They lost Blunt.
He's good
Blunt
for
was
half
one of the
the
top
season.
receivers.
Yeah, they
running
picked
backs.
up Gillespie from
Gillespie,
Buffalo. Top goal line
Yes.
running back. Rex Burkhead.
Yeah, but why would we need a goal line? You had Lewis.
Well, Blunt was the goal line running back.
True, but the Lewis. Well, Lewis is the third down.
Yeah,
he's-
passes.
yeah,
Lewis
he's
is good, but he'll get injured.
And then you have
That's
Rex
true.
Burkhead. He's fast as hell.
I'll give Lewis half a season, as always. He's good for half a season.
The first or the second half?
Doesn't
You
matter.
don't think Tom Brady goes out there 5 wide slinging that ball down the field most of the game? I mean, if you have
throwing.
Emma Ding Dong,
Eminem.
you'll have
Edelman.
Edelman,
Cooks. Gronk.
Gronkowski, and I mean,
and Allen, the
Allen.
other tight end.
yeah, I mean, you could have a double tight end, 3 wide, all the way, all day, also
It
Tuesday.
could surprise. Like it wouldn't surprise me if he throws for 5,000 yards and 50 touchdowns.
Yeah.
But
I
I
see a
think they're going to protect him. I think they're going to run the ball a lot more than you think.
I think you're going to see a lot of double tight end this year because the fact that you want to protect that pocket for Bledsoe. Bledsoe. Oh my God! What did I say? Bledsoe. Brady. Jesus. You want to protect that pocket for Brady because he is getting older. He is not as mobile as he was. A good hit could take him out of his career. At
Double
this point.
tight end, high running team.
Maybe a double tight end with like a a tailback to really throw things up, and then you have like a 1 wide guy to the right. Maybe something
Brandon Cooks.
fancy. You know what I mean? I think whatever.
They run a power eye all season.
Imagine that, like old school pop on a football, a fullback.
I will say this: if Dwayne Allen can stay healthy, he is sick. He's a good player.
I think
but
he
he's
is. Gronkowski's
always-
staying healthy.
Yeah.
Gronkowski has finished 2 seasons in his career?
But they did it last year without him.
You know what's crazy?
You know?
He's probably a Hall of Famer, and I don't think he's played a full season.
I think maybe one full season.
Maybe.
Maybe.
He's a Hall
Maybe.
of Famer.
Yeah, maybe. I think
And he's a Hall of Famer.
Oh, absolutely. By numbers alone, yes. And I
I think
think
he could retire now and be a Hall of Famer.
He's lucky he's got his family running his finances, or else he'd be a complete dumbass.
do you know he hasn't spent 1 dime he's made in the NFL yet?
Supposedly, you know why?
Supposedly
Because his
all
family knows what they're doing. That's
True.
why. Because he's a complete idiot.
Did you see that picture I posted on the Packy of him having like 9 bottles of mouthwash in his shop? Someone took a picture of him at Walgreens, and I found it online somewhere. And if you look in his carriage, I did a very, very MacGyver-like investigation, and I found that he had like 90 bottles of like mouthwash. Like,
Is he eating out skanky hose or something?
I don't know. Like,
Why
why
is
would
it
a
that
guy?
much
And it was
mouthwash?
different varietals of mouthwash.
That's a little weird.
It wasn't just like like I go and buy I buy the same mouthwash all the time, and sometimes I buy it in bulk because you get like the 2-pack. And it'll last me like
Yeah, I get
a
that.
year, right?
Yeah.
He had like this type. He had a variety of mouthwash.
Okay, maybe he's got different girls and they all prefer different. I'm putting something sexual
Maybe
behind
this could be
this.
something.
You know,
think something sexual?
Like, I don't know. It's bizarre.
What?
He's eating a blanket.
Oh, Tommy, don't eat the blanket. Some of you can see little Tommy Brady on Periscope. You can see little Tommy Brady on Facebook. You cannot.
It's not getting so little anymore though.
He isn't.
Yeah.
Big boy. He's ready for the season to start, right? Which the first game start? A week from Thursday.
I think so.
First preseason game is a week from Thursday.
Yeah.
That means fantasy football will start,
Oh yes, that's right.
and we're gonna have our draft here for the Packy Football League.
That's right.
As a member of Adam, of course, and Ronald Doubleback, and the First Lady over here. We're all 4 members of the 12 of the Fantasy Football League.
Yep.
And it will be an adventure, as always. Who's the defending champion? Is it Mr. Ronald Doubleback, I believe?
Yes, it is. It is Mr.
He is the
Doubleback.
defending. He's the incumbent for this year's league going into it. And I See, I go more. I do a little research prior, like minimal.
I'll do a little bit.
Minimal.
Yeah, same thing.
I will go and ride solely upon the ranking system of said systems. So we use ESPN in our league. So I'll go in their ranking system as my backbone. Ronald Doubleback will buy magazines.
Yeah, he does. Yeah,
since April.
Yeah. They still have magazines for that, huh?
They do. They do, and he does his research, and I don't understand. And I think it's a shot in the dark, essentially, because at the end of the day, where'd that come from? During the situation. That's our producer over there, the first lady, Miss Susie J.
Many hats.
Yeah, she wears many hats. She's over there reading a wedding magazine because she's preparing for a wedding.
Oh, Jesus.
Doubleback out.
I'd be worried.
Doubleback is going for a smoke. Well, but you see, Doubleback goes and does his research. I'm not a big fan of that.
Yeah, I'm not either. I mean, to some extent you should. A little bit. But you shouldn't be all, like, consuming with magazines all around me. Like, I'm going to look at a few things.
No, and at the end of the
note of, like, certain things.
You might get lucky with one guy. And you're really gambling on that guy because you're going to have to pick him somewhere in the 5th or 4th round.
Yeah, I think it's more attention. Better to pay attention to the waiver wire because that's what's going to happen. Because people are going to get injured.
Yeah,
that's really important.
That is, once you get into the season, you have to figure out how you're going to manage your roster. And I think that becomes the biggest challenge. And we luckily play in a league. I'm very lax on the rules. We play at a limited drop and pickup. We don't charge you for it. Yeah. I played in some leagues where you got maybe like 15 you can use the entire season.
Really?
And then they charge you $1 per transaction. What? So you really got to focus on your draft. I prefer just drafting. Like last year I drafted Gronk. And I got screwed halfway through the season. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, prior to that, the kid who drafted Gronk won the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. So, if Tom Brady goes out, you're screwed. I mean, I think fantasy football is as much as a luck as the lottery is.
Do you play like DraftKings or FanDuel or anything?
I dabble.
Yeah, me too.
I do like the 50-50 games. Like I don't.
Yeah, I kind of put like $25 into my account, and then I play like $2 games here.
Yeah, I do that for the season. I won't play football. I do it mostly. I did baseball a little bit. Baseball gets a little confusing. A lot of homework to be involved to win $1.
Oh,
I don't think the effort's there.
I remember explaining to someone who I was seeing at the time. I got her into FanDuel or DraftKings, and I was teaching her how to play it. Well, so I'm sitting there. I'm doing I did like all my homework. Okay, I'm gonna pick this player and match it. You know how it works, right? Yeah. She would pick her players based on how friendly they looked in their photo, and she was winning more money than me.
Really?
Yeah. She would come out of games winning like $50, $75, and I'd get so mad.
By friendly they look.
How friendly they look in their picture.
Well, I had a mother. Well, I still have a mother. She still exists. She played
How was she doing?
She played in a fantasy football league once. She's doing all right. Just talked to her about an hour and a half ago.
Yeah.
She played.
Like go over.
Was she dropping you off? Is that what it is?
Your mom totally dropped me off.
She said she was driving by the apartment, so maybe that makes sense now. It was coincidentally when I came back up the dog, Adam was at the door, so maybe perhaps my mother was dropping him off.
You know it.
No, she played in one of our leagues one year at the restaurant because she wanted to be part of the crew, so we let her in. And her first 3 picks were as followed, and hold on to your horses. It was Tom Brady, number 1.
That's bad, but at least you can...
Adam Vinatieri, number 2.
Oh, boy.
And Reggie Bush, number 3. This was based on players that she liked because she read about them in the news and she thought they were really cool people.
Yeah.
My mother made it to the playoffs that year because there was a lot of unfortunate bad luck for a lot of teams. She did not pick up players. She did not drop players. Her team was pretty much her team. She was in first place till week 6, and she ended up making the playoffs in a wild card spot and lost, so of course, in the first round, where she got obliterated by the number 3 team. But nevertheless, sometimes your methods are a little bit different than one would,
Well, it's kind of like how your cousin's always in contention every year, even though she doesn't go to the draft. Her team's always auto-drafted.
Oh, that's because her husband drafts her team.
No, I think the last time he wasn't even there. Like, I think her team auto-drafted.
I don't know.
Somebody did, and somebody actually
She drafted a few rounds at least.
Yeah.
I'm in a high suspicion, and that her husband drafts that team.
Probably. Everybody's...
because if you ever had a conversation with my cousin, now I gotta be nice to her because she is trying t-shirts for my political campaign.
She might do auto-draft, but maybe it's managed good.
Could.
That's
yes.
possible. That makes
Could be
sense.
managing a good team.
Yeah.
Susie J, how's your team going to do this year?
I'm going all the way.
She's gonna draft Drew Brees in the first round like she usually does. Or anyone that has a Saints logo on their helmet. Adrian Peterson might go first for this year because he's a Saint.
No, Drew Brees is always my first pick.
You can't pick Drew Brees and expect to win the season.
Quarterback in the first round.
In 2017.
Oh God! All right.
Now, if I was saying
gotta go
if you were picking that in 2009, I'd say it's probably a good hit because I did go to the playoffs with Drew Brees twice.
He gets me at least 25 points every week.
Yeah, the quarterback position doesn't really vary.
Yeah, there's not a lot of
with,
points
like,
in the quarterback position.
There is a lot
I
of
just
points,
want
but they
it.
don't vary that much between the top, like
Because
1 to
what
10.
if,
True.
You know?
what if it comes to the round where everybody's picking the quarterbacks and say I'm the last pick? Well, I get stuck with shit.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I
I
just
mean,
want to make sure that I have my quarterback.
It's a 12-person league. There's 32
Plus,
quarterbacks.
My team is always called Breezy like Sunday morning.
So she drafts based on the name of her team.
See, what is it with...
Like Eric always will draft Marshawn Lynch because he's the Marshawn Marshmallow Man. Right?
I did fine with Andy Dalton.
I had a big one year. Mine
I
was
did fabulous with Drew Brees. I gave Ronald Doubleback here his first loss of the season.
it's true.
It didn't matter though.
That was me.
Before
No, I broke
she-
your streak. That's
Before
right.
she even knew Ronald.
I still won.
Oh, I
You
knew
did.
Ronald, but I
We
mean,
met him like once.
Yeah.
At that brothel in
We're
Vegas.
Alrighty.
I'll leave it. Alright, so it's right on time.
Mr. Doubleback.
Half hour into the show, Ronald Doubleback goes to
Yeah.
bed.
That's the typical. Leave you hanging for more.
Now, see, if you did this show on Wednesdays, Ronald Doubleback will be here all lubed up. That happens. So what else? So let's get off sports for a little while. We're going to have plenty of sports ahead of us.
I was reading something today that just kind of irked me and made me realize, God, I'm in the wrong job. I was so NASA
Yes.
has a job opening for someone to defend Earth from aliens, and it pays 6 figures.
No, alright, no. Is this a real...
I applied for that job.
That's you get
about right.
$187,000 a year.
Is this an Onion news feed? Or
No, this is real. This is business from Business Insider.
Okay. Do you have the job description or like what the background would require to have this position?
Planetary protection officers are hired to make sure humans don't contaminate planets, moons, and other objects in space. They're also supposed to help prevent any alien microbes that might exist from spreading to Earth.
Okay.
And let's see, how does that go? It's actually more focused on the pay. Yeah, that's pretty much all it says. Yeah. Now, if I wouldn't do a damn thing, I'd be like, just because let's face it, if they're going to come here and wipe us out, they're going to do it anyway because they can get here.
True.
So it's like, what's the point of even preparing? I mean,
I see.
planetary protection.
That seems like a very obscure position.
Yes, it does.
And what is this? What do they have to do for this job? Like, what's their? Like, what do they have to? Like, seriously, what's? I'm confused. Like,
Pursue studies of outer space, including the moon and other celestial bodies, and conduct exploration of them so as to avoid their harmful contamination. And
Yeah.
also adverse changes in the environment of the Earth resulting from introduction of extraterrestrial matter.
interesting.
Yeah, I'm completely... But how can you do that from just sitting at home or in your computer? Like, oh wow, that rock right there that they're picking up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, what? I don't understand, you know?
Joey's mom thinks that that's Joey right there. By the way, she asked why Joey's in the back of his head covered. Oh, Linda.
Oh, Linda, you are a gem.
So you think you should probably apply for that job just for the hell of it?
You know what? Just for the hell of it, just see what happens. I think I would.
What's the worst that happens? They deny it, right?
It's not going to
I mean, you can come up. You're a man of fantasy. You can come up with a story that will persuade a higher person to hire you.
Yes, I could.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Where's the job located?
I honestly, I have no idea. It's probably.
Where'd you find this? Like, how did you come across this?
I just found it on Yahoo, just like in a regular stream of news.
Really?
Yeah, it's on Business Insider.
Oh, maybe Susie will get the job, and we'll get transferred down to Mississippi.
That's awesome. I want to live in the guest house.
No? You don't know Mississippi for you? That's what NASA's one of the locations are. It's Mississippi, Florida, and Houston. No? Houston.
Houston?
Houston. Sometimes.
You know,
Yes.
I was thinking about when we were at that beer garden playing Trouble, and I was like,
Yeah.
I was like the idiot savant of Trouble, killing everybody.
We're playing Trouble handicapped. We only had 3.
We did.
We only had 3, right? Or did we have 2?
No, No, we had 3.
We
We had 3. We're missing.
Yeah.
We each were missing a guy.
Yeah, and but I was thinking the other day, like, when you were younger, like, what board games?
I used to love Candyland.
Candyland, yeah.
That used to be my fucking. I was gonna say that's my fucking shit. I love Candyland. Candyland, I think I couldn't tell you how to even play these days.
I couldn't either.
But I remember like we had these 2 board games distinctly. I remember we had Candyland and we had Operation.
Yes, Operation.
Operation was pretty kick ass, but that one was like I feel like you're developing a shake
Yes,
as like a young kid, and
you get like Parkinson's, like
you're like Michael J. Fox, and it's like because you be thinking too much about it. I was like, burp. There goes the breadbasket. And what doesn't it seem kind of like obscene that you have this like wide open body with,
It is a little
with
messed
the
up.
body parts hanging out, and you as a child have to dissect this
There's
thing?
a little bit of red highlighted around the.
Yeah,
so
that was
it's
a little
messed up.
weird.
And let's face it, you're gonna lose some of those parts because they're little.
You are.
tiny.
You know what? I think we successfully never lost the pot.
That's an accomplishment.
I think my mother had I think this is my mother's idiocracy and ingeniousness at the same time. I think she had us put our pots in the board game, like where they're supposed to go, and she put scotch tape over the holes.
It's pretty awesome.
And then inside the box it would go, so even if it made it itself outside the box, these little pieces weren't traveling
They were really
amongst.
outside. That's pretty smart.
And we didn't have small children or animals other than Filbert running around, and he doesn't really run around.
No, he's a little turtle.
Yeah, just chills in the tank.
Awesome. Yeah.
Filbert, everyone, yeah. 23-year-old turtle in my living room.
I always wanted to play Mousetrap, but I never knew anybody that had a complete functional board.
So my sister had a complete function. She got it for her
Oh,
6th
really?
birthday,
Did it break it somewhere?
and we never ever played the rules. Because the idea of Mousetrap is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe every time you spin, you add to the trap. So you don't start the game up with the full operating trap.
Yeah.
You have to, every time you get to a certain point, you have the ability to add on to the trap. So that would be too impatient to have that mechanism go down to make it work. So we would play by setting up the trap. But it doesn't make any sense because the logic of the game is to, avoid the trap. The way we played didn't make sense. We didn't play.
Who cares? It was fun though, right?
But it was a full function Mousetrap. And I remember the ball would go down and this like little elevator thing would come down, and at the end of the day, the little cage comes over the guy sitting at the bottom where the cheese is and whatnot and stuff like this. And we never understood what the cheese was for. Suze, you ever play Mousetrap? You know what the cheese was for?
Mousetrap?
Yeah.
I played it, but I can't remember.
Yeah, there was always these cheeses. I don't think any kid I know ever played the game by the rules. And do you know Monopoly could take months
Yeah,
to
screw
play?
Monopoly. Yeah, we could talk. Unless it's like someone talked to me today about Star Wars Monopoly.
Okay.
A friend of mine, we were talking about it. I was like, that sounds awesome. I would play that because I would totally get into it.
So I had children's Monopoly as a kid on a board game, right? Which was kind of a dumbed down version of real Monopoly. It was less money. You had less obligations. It was like more or less like it was Monopoly light, essentially, right?
Yeah.
Now let me tell you a funny story about a girl I met from North Carolina, and I went to go try to visit on spring break because I played Monopoly. Here's a story for you, right? And kids out there, you want to remember this. Don't try this at home. It was Christmas of 1998. I had just got a CD-ROM version of Monopoly.
How long the loading time?
For my 365 megahertz PC that I had.
Between moves, it was the loading time like?
It was forever, and I think the hard drive I had on the computer was 2 gigs. And the processor was 385 megahertz. And I used a dial-up modem to get into the network. It was called Westwood. Westwood was the company that made the game, right?
They made Command & Conquerors.
They did, yes. So you had to go into this Westwood chat room first to try to find people to play the game with. So I would. But after a while, it's like you stop just finding people to play. I used to be up for hours at night. I remember being up at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning playing Monopoly with
Monopoly's
strangers.
no joke.
And like I was just like, it was an intense game. And then I remember I just would go into the chat rooms and they had different categories, and I would go and talk to people. I'd do the age, sex, location pick. You know what I mean?
Yes, ASLP.
And I was fabricating selfies back in the day before the selfie was a selfie. I had a webcam that was probably like 10 pixels. Like it was very blurry.
I didn't even have one.
And I would actually, I stay corrected. I didn't have it. Joey had it. Ronald Doubleback had one in his house, and I took a picture of it and I had saved it on a floppy disk. I could save one picture on a floppy disk, and that was my go-to pic. And that pic still somewhere exists on Facebook these days. I'll find it and I'll share it. But that pic is there.
Yeah.
So I met this girl from North Carolina, and then like in spring break 2003, me, Joey, And Ronald Doubleback, we're driving down to Florida, we're supposed to meet her.
I love they call him Ronald Doubleback now. Oh,
At
this is
a
real name doesn't exist anymore.
At a Walmart parking lot. But she couldn't because she was dating a guy named Bubba that she was pregnant with, and she wasn't allowed to
Did we
leave.
lose Periscope?
Oh, Periscope is still there. Battery's down in Periscope. We may lose it.
Okay.
Struggling.
Struggling. It's,
Chicken. Arty, David, Arty, David. Did you ever meet a girl online and then we go try to visit her? Like
yes.
catfish?
Yes, no, yeah, it just didn't really work that way.
Yeah?
There were like photos exchanged and stuff, and we'd hang out, and it got weird.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, no, there was anything that weird like happened in terms of like sexual things. I wish I had a story like that, but I don't have any. Where it was weird.
You never met a girl and like had to try to have relations with her?
I wouldn't go that far. I would say nothing happened that was weird.
Okay.
I mean, what's happened where it was
like how far were you traveling?
Oh, not far.
Like city over?
Redstone Shopping Center.
Yeah.
Like in Stoneham. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember I used to set my parameters to like Revere, Saugus, Malden area, and then I opened it up to like the GB Greater Boston area, within the 128 belt, and then I started getting daring and started going a little further. I think I met one from like Hanover, down like South Shore. We met at the mall one day.
Yes.
That was the first day I ever tried Red Bull. I remember like it was yesterday.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was tired from school today, so we met at the Hanover Shopping Plaza.
How did that go?
Nah, it was alright. Fast forward 15 years, I think she has 3 kids and been married twice.
Wow. So you really
Neither of mine.
that one. Yeah, neither
Mine's that
that you
bullet.
know of.
I know of, trust me.
Because you might have a kid in Pittsburgh. No.
Yeah, that's a different story.
It's a different story.
She used to get so mad with the kid in Pittsburgh. She really thinks she's a kid in Pittsburgh.
She does?
It was a fabricated story made up 10 years ago that somehow has made a mind of its own and it's become its own.
It's the freaking podcast. You really think
it's become the baby in Pittsburgh over the last 10 years has developed into a real person.
Yeah, it's going to hunt you down. You're going to knock on the door someday.
There will be a knock.
There will not be a Pittsburgh kid. I can guarantee.
8 years. And what?
So honestly, as a friend, I'm going to tell you right now, there's not going to be a Pittsburgh kid.
There's no Pittsburgh kid.
There's not.
Wouldn't it be hilarious though if there was a kid from Pittsburgh
I would be
coming
flabbergasted.
on our door one day?
Flabbergasted. I would say that was statistically impossible.
I'm gonna set it up just to screw with
I didn't have sex until 5 years ago.
I'm totally going to pay somebody to show.
First time I had sex, I was 27 years old.
That's a fucking lie.
And it cost me.
It's an artifact.
And it cost me lots of money. Fact or artifact?
Oh,
Leave your comment at the video or at the podcast. My first time of relations was at 27 years old.
I don't want to get bad for this, but I was talking about games. But I remember Creepy Crawler. I was reading a list of toys that you can never exist now, and Creepy Crawlers was on one of them. And you can't have it. You freaking burn yourself.
Did you ever do you have a creepy crawl machine?
No, I knew somebody that did though, and I burnt myself.
Yes.
Because you slide the damn tray in.
You give yourself a second-degree burn on a creepy crawl.
Yeah, you can't have that shit anymore.
So my parents came up with this great idea that one Christmas they were going to give me a creepy crawler machine and my sister an easy bake oven, which both worked on a 100-watt light bulb, essentially. But blows my mind that my sister was cooking edible food using a 100-watt light bulb that we all ate as a family.
How long did it take to cook it?
It would take a decade. You would sit there, my mother was like, alright, you cooked the batter, you mixed it all up. She's like, alright, slide it in there, and, Tuesday, next week, you could go and eat it. And I remember we'd sit there, but the creepy crawler machine, for some reason, the dyes that it was in, the metal casts, would get so damn hot that you would burn your fingertips. So I had this buddy whose name was Arty, coincidentally, and we were in 5th grade together. And
Did you just forget his name and call him Arty? Because I've never met anybody else named Arty.
No, his name was Arty. His name was Arthur. He was Arthur, and he lived down the street. He was the same age as me. He moved to the city when we were in 2nd grade, and we became friends because of our names, and we had similar likes. And I'm Facebook friends with him today. So if you're watching this, what's up, Art? How you doing?
Hey, Art.
But he had a creepy crawl. He had like that deluxe stuff. His parents went all out. He had like all the molds and all the colors and all the stuff. Like I had like the generic, like basic, like creepy crawler stuff.
Like a centipede and a spider.
Yeah, my mother bought it for me, and then we never really went further than that. That was about it. But he had like different characters for different things and stuff like this. So I would go, cool. So my mother was like, oh, we'll go buy the gel. And then you can go over there and you guys can make creepy crawlers together. I'm like, sweet. I'm like, I used to have a bag. I swear to God, I bet if I look in my mother's basement, I still have a bag of creepy crawlers to this day, somewhere, like a Ziploc bag.
Yeah.
And we'd make everything, the scorpions and stuff like this. And I remember just burning myself ridiculously.
Yeah. And then you think, like, after you make them, what do you do with them?
Nothing. You don't do
It's
anything.
just cool to make them.
We had glow in the dark ones too. Those were cool.
Oh, those are
You
cool.
kind of put them on your ceiling and stuff.
That was
Funny story about this kid. We're over at his house one day, right? Me, this kid John, we were friends with in high school, in elementary school, and well, John was a little rambunctious, right? So we're kind of just roaming around Art's house, like, you know, minding our own business, like, you know, 10-year-old, 11-year-old boys would do, and we come across a spray paint can. Dangerous.
Yeah.
11-year-old kids should not find a spray. So I'm sitting there and I'm like a little like, oh, okay. So we're in this like back room of this. I remember I drive by this house every single day. It's like it's a mile down the road, right? And we're in the front hall where the parents kept all their like, you know, extra grocery stuff, and like there was a little tool area and stuff like this, and that's where the spray paint was. And this kid John decided it was a good idea to spray paint an X on the wall.
Oh, God.
Black spray paint on a white wall, big X. And I go, ah! I didn't know how to handle this because I figured my mother would kick my ass if she knew I was graffiti in someone's house, inside their freaking house. Like, come on, what kind of animal are you? And I remember this kid out was like panic mode because his dad was coming home, was going to see this, and all hell was going to break loose. Luckily, my mother came and picked me up prior to that, and of course, you get the phone call from the parent afterwards.
Yeah.
Do you know what happened? You know, there was spray paint incidents. And now I'm under under the spotlight. Interrogate.
I was a good kid. I never had that.
Well, my mother always made me feel guilty, even if I was innocent. Perhaps probably because the majority of the time I was guilty. Well, majority of the time I was guilty, but even times I was innocent, I still felt guilty. And I started confessing to shit that I didn't even do. And it all started when I used to get notes sent home from my teachers. Now, how stupid are teachers back in the day? They used to send a note home to my mother, and I was the carrier of the note. Why would I, in a billion years, give the note to my mother?
Yeah, why would you?
And then the teachers started getting slick, right? And one teacher started writing handwriting. And obviously, in your third grade, you can't really read handwriting, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
This whole thing was done in handwriting, so I got an interpreter. I had a friend who was in 5th grade interpret the note to me. And then we forged my mother's signature and gave it back to the teacher.
Yeah, I see that too.
So, I mean, we got to do what you got to do. My father's signature was a lot easier to forge, but...
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom's was. My dad's, I couldn't.
My mother's was very elegant. Still is. She's still alive. I'm talking to her like she's in the past tense. Her signature is very, daintily and very, detailed with each letter. So it took years and years of me tracing it over trace paper to get the rhythm down just right. Sue, you ever forge your mother's signature?
No, I can't forge her signature.
No?
Have you
Lies.
seen her signature?
No, but have you ever tried,
I've tried. It
Yeah.
looks nothing like it.
did it ever pass it when you...
She has a very distinct...
My mother does too. You do too in yours, though. Our kids will be impossible to forge their signature. My signature is very easy. It's a big giant scribble.
I've forged yours.
You heard it live, Facebook, the interwebs. The wife-to-be has forged my signature. At least she's forged federal documents, to be quite honest. You're going to hear... The FBI's going to show up. We have the air conditioner on the whole entire time. I didn't even realize it.
Oh yeah, you want me to turn it off?
Sorry, the show's 45 minutes in.
Oh.
Did you start heating up I know this is totally off subject, the chicken and the noodles?
No,
my
I
chicken?
forgot.
Well,
Jeez, you bet 1,000.
show's over in 15 minutes and we're hungry.
I just got comfy.
Oh.
The chicken's ready.
Yeah,
Can I have some too?
Yeah.
of course.
I got two,
Of course Adam wants
so
some
we would
food.
have plenty.
Well, I'm here.
Yeah,
You know.
God forbid.
I thought of you, Adam.
Oh, thank you, Sus. Appreciate it. Thanks. Yeah, air hug.
She thought of you and salmonella in the same sentence. You ever have salmonella poisoning?
Possibly. I don't know for sure, but I remember I ate
Uncle
something
Sal came to visit?
What about Uncle Sal? Uncle Sal's awesome.
Oh, salmonella.
How do you remember my Uncle Sal?
You have an Uncle Sal?
Yeah, I do. Oh, you
For
making
real?
that up? I do have an Uncle Sal.
Oh my God. No,
I was going to say, you don't remember anything and you remember my Uncle
I
Sal?
don't remember Uncle Sal. In fact, because
Uncle Sal's awesome.
I always call salmonella poisoning Uncle Sal. Like Uncle Sal came to visit.
No, but I really do, but Uncle Sal.
Really?
Yeah, Salvatore Pucci. That's my mother's maiden name, Pucci.
Poochie, really?
Yeah.
It's a funny name.
Poochie.
So you're Adam Adam Poochie Mallet? Technically?
No, just Adam
No,
Mallet,
but if you were like the old school days when they had the hyphens.
I don't know.
Poochie?
Yeah, my mother's maiden name is Pucci.
Very Irish.
Yeah, Irish, yeah.
Poochie, huh?
Pucci.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I gotta meet a Poochie.
you will.
Is there any out there floating out there?
I'm sure there's some other.
Yeah? Who's this? Is this Noah?
Yes.
Look at her. She's just lounging. Look at this. She wants to be on TV. What are you sniffing at? You're an odd little duckling, Miss Noah. She gets dangerously
She's
close.
getting a little close. Yeah,
She's dangerous. I don't.
She's brushing up against that.
Yeah, and I'm afraid she's gonna think it's a toy of some sort. Now, the Red Sox are about to. No, I thought that was a home run.
I got a question for you. It's kind of a pointed ponder, but it's just a question.
Yeah.
It's not an A, B, or C. It's a if you were on death row, right?
Yeah.
What would your last meal be?
Ooh, let's see. It's a good question. Good question. I think I'd go a T-bone steak.
Not a bad choice. How's it cooked?
Medium rare
Okay.
with garlic mashed.
Ooh.
But they would have to have like. It would have to be like now you some shitty garlic mashed potatoes where it's just like a hint of garlic. These have to be like from like a particular restaurant. But I want garlic mashed Delmonico. You know what that is?
No, what is that?
So they mash the potatoes and they melt cheese, like cheddar cheese on top of it too.
Okay.
So it's almost like a baked potato.
I've had that. I just didn't know that's what it was called.
Yeah, it's like a mashed baked potato minus the sour cream. They call it Delmonico. And they kind of cream it, so they mix the cheese in. So it's a very cheesy, potatoey, garlic extravaganza of fun.
Yeah.
And then I think it would have green beans and asparagus with like a kind of a garlic, kind of a spicy kind of, to it.
Nice.
I would have a slice of pumpkin pie,
Nice.
apple cider, and for an appetizer, I would have bacon wrapped scallops.
Ooh, nice.
That would be my last meal, I think. And you know what? I think if I'm having a T-bone and the state's paying for it, give me a lobster tail on top of that, too.
Hey, there you go.
I think go home, right?
I was reading this list of prison inmates, like, last requests, like some of the best ones, and some of them have ordered, like, a ridiculous amount that I don't know how they could eat. Why would it even get approved?
True, but I mean, it is what it is. It's your last thing, I guess. So.
I feel bad for the person that has to clean up after they die, because you know how you void your bowels
after
absolutely. You die? I've always thought of, like, the person who's like, what are they eating? And they're like, oh, he's going to eat that. What else?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, just a pie. 3 pies. Oh, God damn
Baked beans?
Right?
No. What would your last meal be?
I think it would be 3 things. It would be, I would do a breakfast, lunch, and dinner all at once.
Okay.
I'm going to have some French toast.
Yeah.
Right? And then for lunch, I'm going to have like a hamburger on a pretzel bun, toasted, cooked medium. Right?
Ooh, pretzel buns are good.
Yeah, they're good. And then, because and then
all about the bun.
Dinner, I think I'm going like I want an appetizer, some calamari with some banana peppers on top of it.
See, you're crazy. I don't even calamari when it's free. I don't know for my last meal.
No, but it's an appetizer. It's just an appetizer.
Yeah.
Right.
Huh?
Should I make all of these?
Yeah, someone will eat it.
And then a nice sirloin, cooked medium.
Sirloin, both of it. Okay,
Sirloin.
is that your choice of? See, I'll go T-bone.
See, yeah, I like T-bone.
See, a T-bone's good because you got one pot sirloin and you get another pot of filet.
You're
so
right.
you get the best of both worlds.
The best of both
The
worlds.
best of both worlds.
The
The best of both worlds.
Hey, Beth. The
The
best of both worlds.
best of both
Oh,
worlds.
yeah, a T-bone is a New York strip and a fillet.
Yeah, New York strip is a sirloin. Woman.
But it's a different part.
It's a better steak. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the sirloin that's attached to the bone. Some sirloins, that's the part of the cut.
And dessert, I want a pumpkin pie.
I love pumpkin pie. With whipped cream.
Yeah.
Oh.
Now you're talking.
I eat a whole pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving by myself.
And I'm with you on the garlic mashed potatoes.
Oh, you gotta do it just right though. It has to be done perfectly. Like, you can't screw around with the garlic mash. You know what I mean?
No, I love garlic.
Have you? Are you a fan? Here's a podcast. It's another podcast I want you guys to listen to. I talk about Ab the Woo all the time, and I just want to let you guys know if you go to YouTube right now and you type in TDQ, that is the Daily Quickie with me. And I've been posting a video every day.
That's right, you have been.
So for the last 8 days, you've been getting a Daily Quickie with me. Some of them are retros, some of them are new, some of them are mixed up. We're going crazy. We're going to do this for 9,999 days straight. I'm going to be 60-something years old by the time this is done.
I admit I have stopped watching. I haven't watched because I'm afraid a camera is going to go down your pants. Like, because it's you. I'm thinking, like, oh, what's going on here?
I'm running for political office. I can't do something like this. Are you kidding me? The days of daily wiener shots are over.
No.
No, but the podcast you guys should listen to, and they're on their 22nd, 25th episode right now.
Yeah.
It's called Murder in a Small Town. And you have to listen to this. I'm addicted. I've literally listened to the majority of episodes right now. They come out every Thursday. and it's these two comedians. Who one's from New York, the other one's from California, but they live in Phoenix right now. And what they do is they find these weird ass small town murders, and they joke about it. But they don't joke about like the families who died and all this stuff. They joke about the idiocracy of the murderers and the people committing the crimes. It's excellent. You got to listen to it. It's called Small Town Murder. If you do start listening to it because of the show, say Adam and Arty saying.
I recommend kind of the same thing. BuzzFeed Unsolved. They have these two guys. They totally counter each other so well. One of them, and you have the true crime ones.
Yep.
Like there was one they just did in New Orleans with the serial killer in the early 1900s who like just killed a bunch of people with a hatchet, an axe all the time. And they never found out who it was. But they think they knew who it was. But and then the true crime ones and the paranormal ones. And one of them is like a huge believer in like aliens and ghosts. The other one, he's definitely not at all.
Yeah.
But they're funny. They kind of like compliment each other. Same thing. They kind of.
Yeah, these are totally true crime. They don't do.
It's true crime and paranormal ones.
They don't do a population of a town unless it's under like 15,000 people.
Didn't you say they did one near my hometown?
Yes, they did one in the sticks of Tennessee, in the Union County. That was like episode like 20. Which
Was it Unicoi?
Might have been. It was in Union County though.
Union County?
Yeah, but Unicoi might have been the city. That sounds kind of.
No, Unicoi is Unicoi County.
Yeah, no, it was Union County.
That's Irwin.
But
City.
It was definitely very interesting. Okay. My cousin's my husband.
I'll take you to Irwin when we go to Tennessee.
God, I might go to Tennessee and never come back.
Why?
Because where she's gonna take me?
Why?
You one of those Cinnabons?
Why?
One of those Yankees?
Yeah.
You look good as a lamp in my apartment.
Oh boy.
But the good thing about this murder in a small town, the first 15 minutes of the episode is they break down the small town by like ethnicity, income,
ethnicity,
all this stuff. Like
ethnicity. Say it with me now.
Ethnicity.
Say it with me now.
Oh, my God! They break down the city and all this stuff, and then you get an idea of like how it fits into like the general population. Like there's one town you can get a 2-bedroom apartment that's $375 a month.
But how much do they make down there?
Well, that's it. So they break all that down and everything like that. So it's all like pretty much like the first 15 minutes you get to learn about a small town
Tommy.
in a country.
Oh, he's looking at hair.
You don't know about stop it, Tommy.
He's sweet.
Stop it,
Tommy. Hey, Tommy, buddy.
Tommy's on a licking ramp. Tommy, why are your ears soaking wet?
Tommy, you want the hip massage later? You're gonna play ball.
Literally, Tommy and Noah lick each other's ears so they're like that.
That's not the.
That's no knocking
I
the
mentioned
door,
hip
people.
massage. He starts flipping.
That's Tommy knocking on the wall of his tail. Look at this guy. Hugging you. Look at this guy. He's so cute. This ham.
I like your dogs. I'm happy they're cool. I like your show.
Who said that?
Somebody did once. Remember?
Oh, yes! We did get a interesting comment from a guy or so.
We appreciate your comments. All the comments are awesome.
Yes, no, we appreciate anyone commenting. Today's been a little slow. I don't know why.
I don't know if it doesn't display on that because the phone. I don't know. I miss it on the pad.
Yeah, but it doesn't look like there's much people watching on Periscope today, and on Facebook Live. It doesn't look like we're getting a lot. But
Just one of those days.
I don't know, just one of those days. So we're just not getting the the people that we usually get.
Where are you people? What are you doing tonight?
Where are you people at?
It's a work night. You should be home, listening and watching us.
I know. 8 o'clock is usually our hour here at the. I know it's a beautiful.
Dead to me.
Beautiful Tuesday in July, but still, you could give us a little love out there. Watch, we probably just weren't getting live updates. People probably like. Actually, what we did, we got Joe's mom. Or Ronald's mom. Ronald Doubleback, however you want to paint the picture. It is what it is. Oh, you plugging anything, Mr. Millett?
There's always thepacky.com and Rowan Reports.
The Rowan Report. Yes, Packy.com, of course. Like I said, if you like this podcast, like it on iTunes. If you like the YouTube videos, like them on YouTube, subscribe. That's about all I can say. Yeah. Oh, if you like to write for the Packy, we're recruiting people too. We're looking for people to partake.
Yes, that would be great.
I put a couple. I've got a few responses on Craigslist so far.
That's
one seemed legit. One seemed like a serial killer.
How was that gem that you found in a pile of shit?
One sounded like Adam. The other one sounded like the kid that produced our show for that one episode. Remember?
Oh God, how can I forget him? I forget his name, but we completely turned him off.
It's the most popular episode downloaded on the Arty and Eric show on iTunes. Literally, the episode's been downloaded 507 times.
It's because
it's probably all from him.
Probably.
Elliot was his name?
Yes, that's right. Because I've been
Elliot, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I kept going. Elliot.
Yes, that's right. It is Elliot.
We met Elliot on Craigslist. He came to one show. We bought him lunch. Remember? He sat there and ate like $50 worth of food.
Yeah, and I remember you guys were like, "He's going to be doing this and putting the video together and putting this montage."
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he couldn't figure out how to use a microphone when we got into the studio. Remember?
Yeah, he didn't want to be on the air at all.
No, he had no idea how to use a microphone or set it up. And I'm like, "He's supposed to be the audio guy."
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, so I guess I think he lied to us.
Did you ever talk to him after that?
No. Elliot, bye-bye.
Oh yeah, I remember him though saying once, "Sorry guys, I can't make it in," and we were like, "Why the hell are you messaging?"
Yeah, we had to put him back, and all of a sudden he was like, apologizing for not being on the show, which I thought was kind of odd by itself, but
yeah.
Anywho, I mean, it is what it is.
You should text him someday.
Yeah.
Like, you coming in.
You should text him your address and tell him we can stop by for a visit. Come by for some
naked cooking?
For naked cooking. When's the next episode of Naked Cooking?
Naked Cooking, so I think Thursday we're going to have, 12 people over cooking naked. You know, there's no sexual stuff going on. We just cook naked. It's great. We provide this buffet, and we would cook together and hang out, watch some movies, talk sports, do everything. Almost everything here, but without cameras, because no photography.
Wait, so is this like a swingers party?
No, there's no sex involved. We just express being naked. It's about being naked.
Where do you find these people?
You know, it's just about
like,
being naked. I know a lot of interesting people. It's just about being naked.
I honestly couldn't get you 3 people.
You're just in your birthday suit. Why does it have to be sexual?
I couldn't find 3 people if my life depended on, other than you, who would walk around my apartment naked.
I would walk around your apartment naked. It's liberating.
I said, other than you.
This is how I was born. This is how I was born.
I'm going to ask Ronald Doubleback of how he posted Naked Cooking.
I don't care.
He'd probably be in a U-Haul truck. He'll be outside the next day.
I mean, what's up? I'd go gladly to flip some pancakes. I'd walk around and I don't give a shit.
So does one person does the cooking, or is it kind of like a joint effort?
No, it's a group work. It's group work.
So you guys cook like a meal? It's like a cooking class almost?
Well, some people are chopping.
Okay.
Some people are working on a salad. Some people are working on
And then just wee-wees and boobies just hanging out?
Yeah, no one cares.
Really?
Yeah.
And there's no sexual stuff?
It was actually, okay, so on 12, it's probably more like 8 definites, I'd say.
So you have friends that are okay with you looking at their significant other naked?
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Because nothing sexual going on, so what? It's like,
does anyone ever get excited?
Not really, no. Everyone's hanging out, cooking naked.
Literally, hanging out.
It's cooking naked.
And do you guys eat naked?
Yeah.
So it's like a nudist colony. And there's no sexual stuff going on.
No sexual stuff at all.
I don't believe that.
There's no sexual stuff at all. No, it's just cooking naked.
Really?
Yeah.
No, I'm sure. I mean, the naked body is a very, there's not a lot of good-looking ones. I mean, it's built like a Jeep, Like a woman's body is built like a statue. A man's body is built like a Jeep.
Yeah.
It's made to get around. It's to be rugged. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm sure you see some stuff that. How do you keep how can you eat?
Who cares?
Doesn't it make you disgusting? Really?
Nah, who cares? Yeah.
Interesting.
It's also liberating.
I mean, Tommy and Nola eat naked all the time, but
the dogs are naked.
Yeah. That's what they do, I guess. But yeah, all right. Well, if that floats your boat, if you ever want to, I'd be willing to do a documentary on this. If you, me and my film crew will come down to film this. Susie's volunteering to do the sound. She'll hold the boom mic for her.
No part. No.
Sure, Powers can do the angles.
Oh no.
And Ronald Doubleback might actually just come back and participate. So you never know. Naked Cooking. All right.
The puppies want to participate.
You want to participate?
The puppies.
Oh, the puppies, yes. Nola's already up for it. Look at her. She's excited.
Yeah, and Tommy's.
So if you're in the Woburn area on Thursday and you know where Adam lives, feel free to stop by for some Naked Cooking. Let it all hang out. That's the slogan. And so I'm assuming you don't do a lot of fried food that day because that could be dangerous.
No, that oil could
oil pop and stuff. I'm sure you're baking a lot of stuff, right? It's more of a bake or a boil.
I mean, there is some cooking going on, but you use the back burner, not the front one.
Yeah, no, you have to. You have to put like a plexiglass shield around there just in case. Right. Nice. Well, all right, that's coming up. So you know what to do. Like us on Facebook. Like us on iTunes. Like NakedCooking.com. The new sitcom on YouTube. coming this fall. And yeah, this has been another episode of the Arty 84 Show. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you didn't, then why are you still watching? Honestly, so or listening and doing all right. So, and the Whirlwind Report, of course.
Yes.
You can't spell good time without Whirlwind
It's a
Report.
whirlwind activity.
That's right. And now the Red Sox are now losing 7-5 as we conclude the show. And everyone have a good day, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye. All right. We are going to be off Periscope now. And we are now off